And that was the Beef Drape with their song, Couldn't Be More Sorry. It's 8:37 p.m. You're listening to Fakahatchee Radio. I'm Horace Wexler.
Helicopter that's raging back there.
And I said, uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
People are flushing toilets 10 times.
Hurt the Bible, hurt God.
Thanks for joining us this evening. Here are the headlines currently trending on the FakahatcheeGazette.com website. FakahatcheeGazette.com. No news isn't good news. It means we took the day off. Sony announces the PS5 will bring new breathtaking graphics to your 720p television you have in your den. What you don't know about brunch could send you to the emergency room. Dog vomits, eats vomit, seems all right now. And boorish uncle loudly announces presence by declaring CDC means couldn't do crap. But turning to our main story from around the globe. While campaigning in Pennsylvania, Donald Trump put the final nail in the coffin of short-lived animated series Street Sharks, long rumored for a gritty reboot. Longtime fans of the program have circulated a Change.org petition reaching over 200,000 people around the world, long thought dead of viral nostalgia.
Mr. President, do you have anything to say to those fans of Sewer Sharks who are looking for encouragement?
They were saying the other night, the shark. They were saying, oh, sharks, we have to protect them.
Right. So will you or your administration commit to stepping in to make sure this reboot gets made? I've read you don't like the Ninja Turtles, and there's been several versions of the Turtles at this point.
That's true. I'm not a big fan of sharks either. I have people calling me up, sir, we have a fund to save the shark. It's called Save the Shark. I say, no, thank you. I have other things I can contribute to. I don't know how many votes am I going to lose.
Based off some of the other petitions these fans have signed, like zero voters. We've reached out to Save Our Sharks for comment. Moving on to U.S. news. America. Joe Biden has accepted the Democratic nomination in a surprise to absolutely nobody. Members of the DNC have stated this is all going to plan, and especially no surprise to them.
Thank God! Can you imagine a surprise at our age? We'd all drop dead of heart attacks.
We wanted a longer soundbite from them, but they were too busy chasing down a waiter to send the oatmeal back for being too spicy. Miami's mayor has long cited so-called party houses as potential locations for high-density viral spread. Many of these mansions regularly feature private gatherings, sometimes with up to 200 people, of which many attendees are considered rad or particularly baller. These can result in large-scale property damage, complaints from neighbors, and in some cases, shootings. But working with a small coalition, the mayor has outlined a plan to curb this bad behavior.
We've developed a three-prong approach. Number 1, we cut the power. Number 2, we cut the water. Number 3, we fill the house with Bud Light.
Critics of the mayor have argued why bother cutting the water at all if you're just going to turn around and provide it to them in a can. But this approach has edged out a popular state-backed plan put forth by the governor to throw an angry jaguar over the fence into these parties, which would have the added benefit of providing a habitat to an endangered species. And that's the U.S. news. Now let's quickly check in with an eye on the planet with Chuchi Bonham, who's attending a very important show for some of our favorite four-legged friends.
I'm Chuchi Bonham, here at the Woofchester Memorial Dog Show. Memorial because last year 2 people died when a ribbon-winning Mastiff decided he'd had enough and murdered a judge while having his loins groped to be examined for symmetry. But there's no mourning here. The only wet eyes today, Horace, belong to the pooches. And some beautiful pups here. I saw an Alsatian whiting white that had a gait so sublime, my trousers instantly became tight. And they were already skinny fit. There was also a Poughkeepsie flat-dicked beaver-doodle that had a tail arch of which the gospel writers wish they had written. But the real story here is that 3-time overall winner Nigel Barkage, a 4-year-old Northumberland snub-nosed bull chupador, has been disqualified after being revealed to be a small man inside a dog costume. A very high-quality dog costume, but a costume all the same. Officials are now checking all dogs for zippers, and have already caught another small man inside a particularly eye-catching Medici Wolfitsu that was using buttons. It's turned the competition on its ear, and it has been very upsetting. It's left many participants asking, where are all these small men coming from? But this stunning revelation has also left the field wide open, with many vying for the spot of top pup, and lusting after a prize that comes with a hefty $200,000 reward and a full scholarship to dog college. But testing for PEDs, or pup-enhancing drugs, has also increased here at Woofchester this year, and many previous competitors have found their potential to end up on the winner's platform cut short as they get caught up in the fray. In short, I was tasked to come here and predict a winner, but because of these scandals, I can only look and wonder, much like the owners do, at who will win, who will lose, and where can I get one of those magnificent dog costumes. Back to you, Horace.
Thanks, Chuchi. Guess I'm placing my bet a little blind this year. Local news is up next, but first here's everyone's favorite septuagenarian grandpa, Horton Rage, with Here I Go Again.
Stop. God, I hate that theme. Turn it off. Oh, Jordy Portolano said I'd come to love it. Well, guess what, Jordy? You're dead now, and I'm stuck listening to it, and I still hate it. Rest in peace. Your widow's holding up nicely. Hello, friends. This is Horton Rage. It's hot out. And when it's hot, we all know the tot starts turn to iced creams, running their tiny tongues over those scoops, but it's too cold. In my day, iced creams were a shiny dime and clocked in at 70 degrees. That's the perfect temperature for your mouth. Now they're frozen. They make my mouth freeze, a blister. Would you eat a glacier? No, sir, I wouldn't. Not even if it's flavored. And these flavors. Whatever happened to vanilla? We won World War II eating vanilla iced creams. You know who wanted flavors? Mussolini. Vanilla used to be enough for America, but now, you got all these fuddy-duddy flavor scientists pushing these Martian flavors on us. Strawberry, doesn't look like hay to me. No cow would eat this straw. Rocky Road, get your infrastructure out of my mouth, Washington. Sherbet. Sherbet, it's not the meaning a grown man is eating a rainbow. Cookies and cream, hey, it's indecent. Find some intimacy somewhere else, cookies. Coffee ice cream. Oh, coffee's a drink you get at a diner when you're ogling the waitress's can, not a flavor you can put in your mouth whenever you want. What's next? Coffee pie, coffee toothpaste. Oh, here I go again. These ice cream bozos are soft, I tell you. They say people want diversity and flavors in their frozen confections. Next, they'll be wanting it in the workplace. Or our government. You want an ice cream? You get vanilla. You don't like vanilla? Get a latchkey and go back and live with your mom, you cramping Horton style. And he can't go down to Willie Bryden Avenue to pick up some floozy-looking dames looking to break in the new hip replacement with your dumb mug looking around. Cones. You want a cone? Leave your geometry out of my dessert. You two pies. You're not 3.14 whatever of anything. You're a single pie. You're round. Get over yourself. Grandpa, I want rainbow sprinkles on my cone. Sprinkles are for rain showers. What you're asking for is the gay liberal agenda to be put on your inverted hollow vertex filled with a ball of too cold. So no, you can't have an iced cream. You'll just drop it on the ground and cry anyway. Gelato, I had a friend named Gelato. He got cut in half when we advanced on the machine gun nest. The mountains of Alto Pasquio. Why don't you have a nice pocket candy instead?
Thank you, Horton. That was Here I Go Again. A quick reminder tonight, we're doing a very special episode of Night Drive that you won't want to miss. We're turning our attention to those who have long been suffering from bored mouth. We'll have some members of the healthcare community to talk with us about mastica ennui. Specifically, we'll hear from Dr. Leonard Scroggins about what Fakahatchee is doing to contain it, control it, what you can do to prevent it, and steps you can take to alleviate the symptoms you might be suffering from. I got tested earlier today at the Subway testing facility, and I do not have it. Granted, I wasn't suffering from any of the symptoms, as food still tastes pretty darn good to me. And this mouth is not bored. I've actually eaten some of that food today. We'll also be taking your calls and opinions, something else that I am hungry for. That's tonight on Night Drive at 1 a.m. For Fakahatchee Radio, I'm Horace Wexler.
Fakahatchee Radio. Still American for now.
Have you been wronged? This is Father Jonah Likely reminding you to take some time today to forgive. There's someone in your life that needs your forgiveness, whether it's someone who caused a problem for you or maybe you just need to forgive yourself. Colossians chapter 3 verse 13, forgive as the Lord forgave you. And then once you're forgiven, why not get your tushy down to our big fat mass this Friday? We got 2-for-1 drink specials, half-price lap dances, full-on confessions and forgiveness of sins. Come celebrate the bounties the Lord has given to Sister Charity and Sister Cashmere. They will hold you to their holy bosom as the Lord holds you to his. Also, you'll see exactly why the Lord needed a rest on that 7th day. It's because he spent the 6th chiseling out these abs on our boys. Find all the details and get your daily blessing at thespinctuary.net.